Welcome, everybody, to Supernatural: The Crossroads. I am your host, Thomas Cowley. Joined with me today is Ryan Denton.
Yo.
And Michael Flores.
Hello.
And you guys are watching and or listening to our premium Patreon episode where we are going to be talking about Supernatural Season 1, Episode 13, Route 666. Now, this episode is controversial for a lot of people, and I think for the wrong reasons primarily. Ryan, can you give us a synopsis real quick as we know what we're getting into?
Oh, I can. This one was directed by Paul Shapiro, written by Eugenie Ross Lemming and Brad Fuckner. Synopsis.
God.
Dean's old flame, Cassie, calls the Winchesters to help her with a haunted truck killing off family and friends in her town.
That's what they got Castiel's name.
That's not so much a bad thing. Killing off family and friends. Like, if they suck,
there's some family that I really would like to off.
Please do it.
Hey, truck, run these motherfuckers over.
Hey, truck.
Hey, like is it knows by name?
Yeah. Well, what do you want to call it? Hey, Dodge. Well, I don't even know
He's
what
all, hey, truck.
the truck Scooby-Doo now?
Like a cartoon.
Now, this episode is the much controversial, much talked about racist truck episode. And the first one by Eugenie Ross Lemming and Brad Buckner.
What a great start.
That unfortunately cemented them as fan least favorite writers of anybody on the show. And they give this episode a lot of hate for the racial issues, the racial undertones, the whole concept. And I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people don't see through this episode. Were there racist elements to it? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's about a truck, an item possessed by a racist person. That's definition. Like, of course it's going to be about that.
It doesn't feel good, though, Thomas.
It doesn't make me happy
inside. It's not a feel-good story.
It doesn't feel good, Thomas. I'd like to feel good.
Hey, you remember when we felt good about stuff?
It felt feeling good.
I don't want to feel good no more.
I want to feel good.
You want to feel what?
I feel good.
Is that gibberish?
Kind of, at a certain point.
Yeah.
Now, were there racist elements? Yes. But that's the entire plot behind this episode. The killing of black people in this was by design. It was intentional. The episode shows how evil racism can be and how fucked up of a process or a mentality it is. But it is there on purpose. This story is about somebody who had horrible morals, horrible intentions,
a murderer
and a terrible person doing horrible things to a select group of people because of hate. And when I think back about Supernatural Season 1 and it being this, road trip with urban legends and myth in America, you cannot talk about vengeful spirits and anger and violence and evil shit in America without talking about racism.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think to gloss over it is a disservice to the people that did lose their lives. And I think it devalues that person and what they fought for and the struggle that they went through to just gloss over it. And I think that, like you said, Thomas, the guy that ends up haunting the truck is a racist piece of shit. Yeah. And the fact that this episode gets a lot of hate for that, I think it really does devalue the people that fought that struggle and went through that fight of the racism in that time period.
I think it's just people parroting
not
an
even
idea.
In that time period, in this very time period. That's why an episode like this is so relevant. And I have always been dismayed at the fact that people have shrugged this episode off as racist garbage. And if anything, it's completely opposite. Yeah. It is anti-racist, utilizing a vengeful spirit to emphasize and embody hate was a very powerful element of season 1. And it's an aspect of Supernatural that they have never, ever gone back to.
No. And it's a shame.
It is a shame because Kripke obviously has these types of wantings. If you look at the recent seasons of Timeless, he goes into these things. Obviously, it's something he feels passionate about, but it was almost like, shit, I'm only one season deep and I am being obliterated by this. I better pull back. And it's something that we see because due to social media, we see all the time people wanting to pretend that these things don't exist. And I feel like that's doing a complete disservice for what actually happened. We cannot forget what happened. We need to put that